Yeah, and there are difficult times that are going to hit all of us, you know, and you know what? Let's do this, guys. And this is another life lesson, right, that I see. If you see somebody out there, and I've said this before, that's going through a divorce, that's going through a breakup, that's been laid off, that, you know, has some health issues going on, has had some difficulties with losing someone in their family or whatever it may be, like, go out there and make them feel better. Let them know that you're there for them. I'm going way off, you know, course here, but that little thing can, you know, and I ran into somebody the other day that I didn't even know was going through a divorce, you know, and I went in and I sat down with them for just a minute and I just said, I am so sorry for what you're dealing with, because unless you've ever been through one, it's the hardest thing you'll ever go through. A divorce and a breakup is the hardest thing you'll ever go through in your entire life, I think, because they're still here. You know, but I just went in and I said, if you need to grab a beer, if you need to do this, if you need to do that, you know, just let me know if you want to talk about it, whatever it may be. And it really can make such a massive impact on that person's life if you can help them and recognize it, because the struggle is real.
No, because I think we are also scared of saying the wrong thing to the people who have lost someone or going through a divorce or they
That's
have
why people
cancer.
don't say shit.
I know, and then it's worse. It's even worse. So for those of you who've gone through stuff like that, let us know what to say. But I guess it's different for every person. But yeah, we have to reach out, and even I guess if we say the wrong thing, at least they know we're thinking of them.
Right. So, you know, so that being the case, you know, the difficult times when you thought you were a little down, a little defeated, you know, and feel like nothing's going your way, when that happens, you know, you just have to realize that it happens, you know, and that's when we have to take control and stay positive. And it could be something minor. You know, I lost my sunglasses. You know, my dog chewed up my backyard. And unfortunately, from this, it says that it's contagious.
Oh,
so when something happens in the morning and sends your day in a wrong direction, next thing you know, the problems spread and they get worse and they get worse. So we have to positively go after that issue right away and get it out of our life, you know.
That's so true.
And here's some things people say that, you know, he says is just the kiss of death. You know, life is too hard. I'm never going to make it through this. You know, everyone's a jerk. I'm done with this shit. You know, like all those sorts of things just take you down a rabbit hole and make it even more negative, you know, so.
Do you think people learn that from their parents?
You're basically saying, I learned that from my parents.
Well, no, because we didn't talk like that.
Oh.
So that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if that's something we learned. What do you guys think? Is that because, is that where we grew up, or is it in us, or self? Actually, I have a kid who is like that, and he wasn't raised like that. So maybe it is
wiring.
It's
just how they've wired themselves. But there's generally something that they can trace it back to.
Ooh,
you know, something that happened.
Ouch.
You know. But
parent failure again.
So I have another quote from Socrates, as you call him.
Okay.
So, and it's basically we need to change, you know, it to what's called the "I got this" assertion. So I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
Michael, I got this. Okay. So if all our misfortunes were laid in one common heap, everybody, all our shit was all thrown, you know, right here in a big pile, where everyone has to take an equal portion back, most people would be content and very happy to take back their own problems and leave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do you want my problems, Jenny?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
God, no.
But most people would just be willing to take them back and leave.
I'll take mine any day.
You know, so that's another thing to think is like, are your problems really that big? I don't know. Adam was making fun of me the other day. So great. I'm going to share this with everybody. So I have a little issue going on, a little personal issue going on, right? And Adam came over to my house and we were doing virtual reality and stuff, and I was just getting really down on myself about something that was going on. And he goes, dude, it must be nice. And I go, what's that? And he goes, it must be nice to have to be able to have an existential crisis, you know, to be able to sit here and wallow and worry about this. He goes, sitting here living in your ivory tower with your great sons and, you know, you know, all this and that. And I'm like, you know what? That's a good point. He was just reminding me that, you know.
It's a matter of like, you know how you say, you're not supposed to say, I have to do this. You say, I get to do this. You change your existential crisis to, I have to have one too. I get to have an existential crisis.
He's like, most of us are worried about paying our bills.
What a blessing that is.
Getting gas in my tank, and you're sitting there, you know, having an existential crisis. It was pretty funny. I want you to know I laughed about that all weekend. I even told my mom.
So good.
My mom laughed her ass off at me too, so thanks.
Good.
So, you know, basically our own problems are pretty insignificant compared to the rest of the world, especially living here in this, you know, in real estate and in Southern California and, you know, so.
In the United States of America.
Hi, I'm Chuck Whitehead. Thank you so much for tuning in. And for more great information, feel free to join us on Mondays and Wednesdays for our live shows on Facebook and YouTube.